Well, howdy everyone. So this is my new plant on the right. It's a Begonia Maculata, and I don't have there's no variety name. However, on the left, I have my Begonia Flamingo Queen, which I'm told is the same family, but it's really short. It doesn't look anything like the other plant. I mean, it does have polka dotted leaves and all that, but the undersides are not red like the other one, and of course it does have flowers. So this is just labeled as a Begonia Maculata. It's also called a cane begonia because apparently it can make really tall canes. It can get 3 or 4 feet tall. My friend had one and he said it got 3 or 4 feet across and tall. It was just sitting in a north window, not getting much attention, and so it appears it's a fairly easy plant to grow. It's also called an Angel Wing Begonia. I think you can kind of see why. And the undersides are red. This plant just came to me, so it was a little bit droopy, so I put some stakes in there to kind of prop it up a little bit, but I'm sure once it gets light, it will straighten up and fly right. These are plants that thrive on bright indirect light. He had his in a north window, which is probably why it only flowered once for him. I don't know what the flowers will look like on this one. They may be pink like the other one, or who knows, they could be white, or anyway. So I've got this plant here, and because it does get 3 or 4 feet tall, you have a couple of options. You can pinch off the growth and keep it shorter and bushier, or you could let it grow, and eventually you could have a really nice centerpiece plant, because at 3 or 4 feet tall, it's a pretty good sized plant. So this one, like I said, I just got it. So it's a little bit beat up from the journey, but it arrived in good shape. It was excellently packed. No branches are broke. So we're good to go with this. Got new growth happening there. So I'm kind of excited about this because I didn't know about these plants. And well, there's so many plants you can't know about them all. But they are really pretty. And they've been around forever. I just was, living under a rock, I guess. So I've got this now. I'm going to grow it, obviously. And looking forward to watching it grow and get tall. And I don't know what the other one's going to do. I'm still kind of waiting to see if it is going to shoot up or it's just going to be short. They are in the same family, which is Begonia Maculata. So I assume that one is just a much younger plant. And eventually it will take off, I guess. I hope. If not, that's fine. I like it just like it is. It's short, it's kind of cute, and it keeps on flowering. I was really surprised that it had flowers on it as small as it is. But anyway, we're really here to talk about the Begonia Maculata. So, yeah, it's called a Polka Dot Begonia. It's called a cane begonia sometimes, an Angel Wing Begonia, a Polka Dot Leaf Begonia. Has a lot of names, but they're all the same plant. So, it's a good house plant for you. You don't need bright light, which is good because most you know, not all houses have a south window, and, you know, and so, and if you do, you might be using it for other plants like succulents and stuff like that that do need direct sun. So you can put it, you know, like I said, my friend had it by a north window. I wouldn't recommend that if you want it to flower, because it probably needs more light than that. You know, these plants are pretty adaptable. They can adapt to a lot of different light levels, and they can even adapt to different humidity levels. Although, as a tropical plant, these prefer to have a humidity at 50% or above. Not always possible in the winter, but I do run a humidifier because I have a room full of plants and I want to try and keep the humidity up, and when I run my gas heat, it's a challenge. I mean, the humidity drops almost immediately, but you need to keep them warm too. I mean, you know, if you are comfortable, then you probably have the right temperature. They like 70s, 80s, they can go up to 90s, you know, but you don't want them to get cold. You don't want to put them near a radiator or an air conditioner or any kind of heating duct at all. As for soil, I use coco coir for my pots. Sometimes I mix in perlite, sometimes I don't. I don't really find that you need the perlite. It's not heavy like a peat-based soil mix, so even without the perlite, it has great water percolation and great air in it, you know, so it doesn't pack down and doesn't get waterlogged. And so it's a really good medium. Also, it's neutral, whereas like a peat-based soil is, peat's very acidic, and they have to add lime to it to make a potting mix, and eventually that will leach out and your mix will be too acidic. So with cocoa, it's right about 6.0 to 6.2. It'll stay there, you know, and it won't pack down. And the other thing, it's a lot lighter than a potting mix, regular potting mix. So it's just your choice. Either will work. Just remember, the number one killer of houseplants is overwatering. You can kill a plant with too much love. You know, you don't want to let them droop, but you don't want to drown them either. So go easy on the watering. You know, use your finger. When the top of the soil's dry, water. If it's still moist, you can wait a while. And if you really don't like the idea of doing that, put it in a self-watering planter and it will get consistent moisture throughout, as long as you remember to keep the reservoir full. It's a self-watering planter, but you know, it's not truly that because you have to add water to the pot. But I like to use them. I use them a lot on the plants that I hang. Even if I don't use the self-watering feature, they don't allow for any drips. You know, you have a hanging pot, you got to take it to the sink and water it, let it drain, then go hang it back up. With a self-watering pot, because it does have that bottom to it, you can just water it like a regular plant if you want, and you'll never have to worry about water dripping on your floor or your furniture. So anyway, this is a great little plant, and I recommend you give it a try. I got this on Amazon. It came real well packaged, and I will put a link to it in the video description, and also I will have an article about how to grow Begonia Maculata, so you can check that link out too. Till I see you again, take good care of yourselves. Happy gardening. Don't forget, stay green. All right, bye-bye.